All right, ready? Here they are. The first thing I need you to do is stop stuffing your face with food. Huge calorie overloaded meals at random times of the day will never put muscle on your body, because what happens is you fill yourself up so much to where you don't eat for another 5, 6 hours, which ends up in you only having 3 meals throughout the entire day. And sure, they might be high in calories, but only having 3 meals leaves you in what you call your anabolic window, also known as your muscle building window, for about 50% of the day, leaving the other 50% to the complete opposite, muscle breakdown. So to avoid this and stay in that muscle building window all day, you need to break those meals up into smaller meals, but you need to have them more often. Building muscle, which is what you're trying to do, right, requires protein in your system around the clock. But what most people don't realize is that your body can only absorb so much protein in one sitting, and anything extra gets excreted, meaning pooped out. So once your body has absorbed as much protein as it can, it will then take 2 to 3 hours to completely use it up. And once you used up all the protein in your system, then what happens? I'll tell you, your muscle fibers will continue trying to repair from your last few lifting sessions, but with no more additional protein available, your muscles aren't just gonna wait for you to eat again. They'll settle for the next best thing, which is muscle that's already there. It will literally break down existing muscle to fuel your body, meaning unless you're getting an adequate amount of protein, this doesn't mean a bunch, it can be anywhere from 20 to 50 grams per meal depending on your weight every 2 to 3 hours, you're just working against yourself without even knowing it. Making this one simple change to your diet is going to amaze you at how fast you start putting on muscle and what you see in the mirror, I guarantee it. And if you're looking for the exact blueprint that me and all of my hard gainer clients have used to pack on muscle mass, here in a second, I'm gonna show you a method that has proven itself time and time again and will continue to do so. Okay, so the second thing that you are likely messing up, that's probably helping to make you stay skinny, is what you're doing at the gym. And this one has two parts to it, a twofer, if you will. Now, unless you're on some kind of performance enhancing drugs, also referred to as steroids, you should be in and out of the gym in less than an hour. So this means stop taking 5-minute rest between each set and become extremely aware of how long you are taking in between your sets. If you want to put on noticeable muscle, you have to move through your workouts. You gotta stimulate your muscle fibers, and then you gotta get out at the right time. And to explain a little more in depth, your body has a very limited recuperation ability, meaning there is only so much volume that your muscles can handle until you have overworked them. This is what you call overtraining. And regardless of what you've heard, it is not a myth. In fact, you can compare it almost directly to a sunburn. If you stay in the sun for a few hours, you'll get a little tan at first. But there's a fine line that gets crossed when that tan turns to a burn and your muscles react the exact same way. This is why you can't get that first pound on. This is why you hit plateaus. This is why you don't put on any noticeable muscle in the mirror. One of the quotes I like to remember when I'm at the gym is you want to stimulate your muscles, not annihilate them. So put your headphones in, don't get distracted by your phone, shorten your workouts down to 45 minutes to an hour tops, 4 or 5 exercises per muscle group, and watch as you gain that first pound, as you break that plateau, as you finally notice real gains in the mirror. Now, before we get into the third and final tip, I want to clear up possibly the most common mistake that hard gainers make, and I'm talking about lifting with your ego. Let me ask you something. Why is it that typically powerlifters are stronger than bodybuilders, yet bodybuilders are more muscular than powerlifters? I'll tell you why. It's called time under tension, and without it, you don't cause any what is called micro trauma to your muscles. And micro trauma is a term for the tiny little tears that happen to your muscles when contracting your muscles properly during a rep. And it is solely responsible for giving your muscles a need to repair and grow bigger. And without it, you'll remain looking the same. Now, 2 things have to happen for time under tension to occur. 1, you need to drop your weight. You need to focus on using a weight that you can control, not a weight that controls you. This means swallowing your pride and picking up those lighter dumbbells or taking that extra plate off the bar and focusing on contracting your muscles, shortening and lengthening your targeted muscle with every single rep. And 2, you probably need to start lifting in a higher rep range. Studies have shown that 40 to 60 seconds of slow contractions with the targeted muscle per set with good form causes 37% more muscle growth 6 hours following your workout and 51% more muscle growth 24 hours after your workout compared to doing faster and heavier contractions, aka throwing the weight around. This is why maxing out and lifting heavy has never really gotten you anywhere. You make this change today in the gym, and I guarantee you are more sore than you've ever been tomorrow, and even more sore in 2 days. And here in a second, I'll show you where you can find more info on the exact exercises and rep ranges I suggest to maximize your muscle growth in the gym. But for the third thing I want you to change, and this one's not only crucial for if you want to put on size, but it's also important for your wallet. Stay away from the new popular muscle building Stack 3000 at your local supplement shop. Stop taking that knockoff test booster or that horrible mass gainer protein that you have to choke down. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't any supplements that can help you put on muscle and size, but more often than not, you're just getting robbed of your money. And worst part is, these supplements give you this false sense of hope and promise you that it's the magic pill or the magic powder that's going to increase your bench by 50 pounds or pack on 10 pounds of muscle in just 2 weeks. But all it's really doing, other than hurting your wallet, is setting a bad expectation in your head that you can just take a little pill or a scoop of powder and not have to change anything else. So people end up not making the important subtle changes, just like the ones we talked about, which would have made a world of a difference. Instead, they're waiting on this new supplement to work, which never happens. And like I said, there are a few supplements that can help. And just because I get asked a lot, here in a second, I'm going to show you where you can find the exact supplements that I would recommend to someone looking to bulk up. Now, those 3 things are just a few of my most guarded secret weapons that will allow you to pack on that lean, full-looking muscle in no time. And if you combine those with a solid weight training routine geared specifically for bulking up, it's game over. You will put on muscle so fast it'll blow your mind. And with the right dieting strategy, you'll easily keep it on long term. Now look, I know that was a lot of information, and I told you I'd show you where you can find more info on the exact step-by-step blueprint that I would recommend for you. Let me introduce you to our Clean Bulk program. It's the complete muscle building solution that will allow you to pack on as much muscle as you want in a matter of just a few short weeks. If you've ever wanted to have a body to match those fitness models on the covers of magazines and look like a beast walking around your gym, but couldn't figure out how to get there or just to stay there, well, our Clean Bulk program just became your new Bible. So here's a sneak peek of what you'll find inside. You'll find a step-by-step, flexible dieting, muscle building diet strategy, which will drastically improve your results because this method is what all the pros use. It has proven time and time again to pack on muscle as fast as you want and allow you to keep it on long term without hitting plateaus and without having to force feed yourself. So not only do you gain as much weight as you want, but you'll easily keep it on this time with little to no effort. And then there's a 90-day maximum muscle building training program, which is amazing for you because most workout programs leave you with some cookie cutter workout that's typically geared for anybody who's trying to put on a little muscle and burn off some fat. This program was designed specifically with muscle building in mind through a very precise layout of a 1-to-2 ratio of strength to hypertrophy workouts. You can be confident knowing that you are literally packing on muscle the fastest humanly possible way while avoiding any kind of plateau. And then also there's a HIIT training 15-minute cardio system, which is your call if you want to use or not, because